Hi Felicia, I apologize for not being able to meet in person. However, I'm hoping my video will help explain a little bit about how the range works on these problems. So first, let's take a look at what this thing right here is. You mentioned this is a polynomial, and this is a special one. This is a quadratic polynomial. And because of the little 2 right there, I know that this is going to have a U shape, okay? So typically, this thing would it would have a minimum value, and then we would just keep going on up and up and up until our y values get to infinity. So if we were typing the range for this problem, we would figure out whatever this bottom number is right here, and my range would be a to infinity. Okay, so we would imagine that this bottom number is a. Because this has a negative sign out front, our U is going to change shapes. It's actually going to flip upside down and look more like this. Okay, so we have more of a frowny face look than we do that U shape. Well, this means my range is actually going to be negative infinity up to whatever this y value is right here. Let's say it's b. Okay. Again, knowing a little bit about these shapes helps, because now I know that in this case, our U is flipped upside down, and this -1 has an effect on our graph. It actually moves this graph down one place. So if we take a look at what this thing looks like on a graphing calculator, my red graph here is actually the equation that I have. And notice how my y value stops at -1. So if we were to write the range for this one, it would flow along more with our plum color here. Our b value would actually be -1. The range for this one would be negative infinity to -1. Let's take a look at this one down here, because you mentioned sort of the same issue. Again, it's a U, and because of the negative, it's an upside down U. So we could take a look at it like this. We know that we're going to have some graph where our U has been flipped upside down. So we have something like this going on. But what makes this even more compelling or more interesting is the fact that we have this +4, and it's going to actually move this graph up 4 places. So it would be something more like this. Well, that gives me a hint of what my range should look like. It's going to be something more like this, negative infinity up to +4. Okay, so that number right there really plays an important part in the range for these types of problems. Hoping this video helped explain some things. Please let me know. If not, we can definitely try to meet again. Again, I apologize for the inconvenience today.